Albert Einstein once said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Those who understand it earn it, those that don't pay it. And today we're going to introduce you to CompoundR on the Kronos chain. We're going to take you through how CompoundR works. We're going to go through the notes and we're going to show you how to add your own LP to the pools to compound your interest. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to Crypto Warehouse, and don't forget to follow CompoundR and WolfSwap on X. Let's get on with it. Now, we've known about CompoundR for a few weeks, but it was announced on their X account this morning that CompoundR was now live for everybody. And although it's only been live for a matter of hours, there's already $200,000 locked in. Now, please remember, this is brand new. It is not the final version, and many more pools are going to be added. Before we then go and have a look at CompoundR, let's go through what this article has to say about it. It is, of course, a yield optimizer. It is auto-compounding your gains. Every 30 minutes, it auto-compounds your tokens, which over time will increase the return that you get on your investments. Now, at present, it is working with two providers, VVS and our favorite Ibisasbay. What this does is it taps into the liquidity pools offered by both of these partners and allows you to auto compound using the CompoundR website. Now, with regards to fees, there is no deposit fee, no withdrawal fee, and a 6% performance fee. What does that mean? That means for every $100 in gains that you make, you will pay $6 in fees. That is it. Nothing for adding your pools, nothing for withdrawing your pools, and only a 6% performance fee. Now, as I've said, there are only a few pools at present, but more will be added. Ibisasbay has many more than are being offered at this moment in time, as does VVS, but you have to start somewhere, and this is a soft launch of the project. No fanfare, apart from this video, no massive announcements, apart from this video, just a very simple tool for auto compounding your yield. Now, this is the front page of CompoundR. You've got multiple options on here, but it's a very simple UI. What you can do from here is you can order by TVL, you can order by interest, you can even select which chain that you want to find LP pairs on. Now, we're going to focus on the Kronos chain and ignore Kronos ZK for now. And as you can see, I've run a test transaction through between Crow and Moon. Later on in this video, we're going to go through impermanent loss and explain why that's an important factor for you to consider when using any LP. Now, when you click on the pool that you want to deposit into, you get this beautiful and very simple UI. You can see the TVL, the APR, the daily APR, how much you've deposited. And on the right-hand side, you can see the option to add or remove from this pool. Now, we're going to deposit Crow and Moon to this pool. Very simply put, you need to go to VVS in this case, and you need to buy those tokens. Now, in this instance, we're going to use standard because I want to add the coins from both of those that I hold, Crow and Moon. You select one, you press max if you want to deposit all of your Moon, and that will auto fill the Crow field. Pressing confirm supply will tell you how many of these tokens that you're going to get. In this case, 1,266 pool tokens. Now, if you go back to CompoundR, you will see that I have that 1,266 tokens available to me here. All I need to do now is add them to CompoundR, and then CompoundR will do the rest. Now, as you can see, they've been deposited. I have 1,688 of these tokens. And now they are auto compounding every 30 minutes. I don't have to touch them. I don't have to claim them. I don't have to do anything. They will auto compound for me, and they will stay active as long as the pool stays active. Now, some important things to bear in mind before we move on. First of all, this APR, this rate that you receive on an annual or daily basis, it can change. It doesn't have to stay in the high or middle 40s. It can drop to 20, it can drop to 0. The APR on this pool is not static. That's the first thing to bear in mind. Now, I don't want to get too complicated in this video and talk about AMMs and what the point of these liquidity pools are, because that will be for a different time in a different video, one which we've made many moons ago. But what I want to talk to you about is impermanent loss. Now, impermanent loss is something that everybody who uses these types of pools needs to understand. If, for example, you have Crow and you have a very small cap token, that token will move a lot faster than Crow. For example, if the token is 50-50, as in this case, and Moon goes up 100% in value, but Crow doesn't change, then the total value that you have here will only increase by about 50%. So you are losing out by holding a liquidity pool. Now, to compensate you for that, they pay you high APRs. What you tend to want to do, a good strategy for this, is to pick a fairly stable one side of the pair. Maybe a stable coin like USDC or USDT, or even Crow. But bear in mind, the less stable coin is more volatile. Now, on the other side of that, if that coin drops by 20%, you will only see a 10% drop in the value of your investment. So what you really have to weigh up, the 43% APR on this liquidity pool, does that sufficiently satisfy you? So if Moon goes up 200-300% and Crow only goes up 100%, is that loss sufficiently covered by the 43% APR? The higher the APR, the more volatile the pairs will be. You will see USDC, for example, and USDT, that will only pay you 2 or 3% because they are pretty much pegged 1 for 1, and it is pretty much a standard return. If, on the other hand, if you go for 2 very low cap coins or 2 brand new coins, you could be looking at an APR of about 2,000%. Don't be tricked into going after the higher APR. Try and pick pools which are tied to Crow or USDC. Now, if you go back to the dashboard, you will see that my $15.45, A, they're not going to make me rich, but B, it shows you on this page. And there are many others on here that you might want to take a look at. I know a lot of people are heavily into Lion. And for me personally, that Crow Lion pair looks absolutely fantastic. That APR is incredible. And Lion is heavily backed. Crow, as we know, should have a good bull run. That for me is a fantastic return. If you think Lion is going to go on a massive run, now as I said earlier, I don't see that staying at 1400% moving forwards. A lot of these pools start off with high APRs to begin with, and then over time become more and more sensible. Overall then, what do I think of CompoundR? Well, first of all, it's brand new. I would expect over the next few weeks, more and more pools to be added. Number 2, I've been using Camino Finance for almost 3 years. It auto compounds my SOL. It auto compounds my other Solana tokens I have over there. And for me, I don't even have to look at it from one day to the next. This is the Chronos Chain version of Camino Finance. Now, there are many other things that I want to see from this in the future, such as the ability to earn additional yield in additional tokens from being part of this liquidity pool. For example, if Abyssus was to bribe us to go and use some of their liquidity pools, I would be all for that. Similarly, if they were to add additional liquidity pools from another project, that could cause some internal competition, and you know who wins from internal competition? You and I. But for me, this is a fantastic product. It is needed, and the auto compounding is the unique selling point of this product. So for me, it's a big thumbs up for CompoundR.
You wanted more with compound interest.
There you have it. That is CompoundR. We've gone through how to add your own LP, how to start compounding your gains, and of course, we told you about impermanent loss. So that is it in a nutshell. Why am I bullish on this? Because it's yet another bit of utility being added to the Chronos chain. We have lots of DEXs, aggregators, we have lots of communities and projects, and now I think adding additional financial services to the Chronos chain can only make the chain stronger. Now, CompoundR certainly isn't finished. There's loads of things I would like to see added to CompoundR. I'm a massive fan of Camino Finance over on Solana, and I think we can steal some of their ideas over on Chronos. So this is not the finished article, but it is a massive first step. And for those of you that like to drag and drop and forget, this is perfect for you. So make sure to go and check out CompoundR, make sure to go and check out WolfSwap, and don't forget to give us a follow, not only on X, but come and find us on YouTube. We make lots of content on YouTube on a weekly basis. You, as always, have been great. I have been Mike. Until the next video, adios, Crow fam.
That guy wouldn't endorse compound interest.